100%. It's not one of those things that is overrated. You have to come snorkeling when you're here, but you have to do it right. Thank you. We are going snorkeling. We're going on a private snorkeling trip and the time is just after 7 right now, and it's a lovely morning. We're hoping for clear seas and not many boats.
Middle? Yeah, middle.
So just for context, we don't actually 100% know what we're doing. We have done the public one before, but apparently for this one you get to stop and get off on Meno and go and see the saltwater lake, which I know absolutely nothing about. I was surprised to learn they have a lake on Meno. Because it's private, like, we set our own time and we just decided to go as early as we could force ourselves to get up, just to try and minimise the amount of people that will be at each stop. So we've got the dome out.
Dome out.
Never used it before, so let's see how the footage goes. Yeah, buzzing. So it's 7:30 now, and we're coming to our first stop, and there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other boats here, obviously each with only probably 2 people on, so it should be okay. Even though it's like the crack of dawn, it was still so busy.
Big one?
2! And down there. But despite it being early in the morning, there's still like quite a few people there, but obviously way less than there would be in the middle of the day. So now we move on. We don't actually know where next. He asked us where do we want lunch. So we've opted for Gili Meno, and we're going to miss out Gili Air, if you can even hear us, I don't know. So here to the orange boat. So that's the statues, like half an hour, 45 minutes later, much busier. So the GoPro, I also don't know how good the sound is once the microphone's wet. They asked if we wanted to go and see the conservation, like the baby turtles on Gili Meno, so that is an option, but we just said no, because we're probably just gonna get cold. Yeah, so I don't really know what we're doing now. I think we might be going to another snorkeling spot. So yeah, we're just in the middle, chilling on our boat, finding out what's gonna happen next. Our next stop was to Gili Meno, which is the middle island and the smallest of the 3. It was just a short walk from the beach. The surprisingly large and saltwater lake, not freshwater, surrounded by palm trees and mangroves. It was so beautiful. There's actually used to be a place for salt production during the dry season. It was extremely quiet with a boardwalk that appeared to reach all of the way around the lake, but not in the best condition, with many planks of wood missing. But our guide assured us that it was safe and we kept walking. And despite saying we weren't too bothered about seeing the baby turtles, he did convince us it was close by and we should go and have a look. I'm really glad we did because they were so cute, and I was surprised how dark they were. They were like almost black. The baby turtles are kept in these like baths in the sanctuary for the first 12 months of their lives before releasing them onto the beach to give them a better chance of survival, as both the green turtle and the hawksbill turtle are endangered. And now we are headed to the sunken scooters and then I think Turtle Point. And there's like an option to stop for lunch, but we are just gonna head back and have coffee and things back on Gili T. Yeah, the water, look how clear this is. So clear, stunning.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, one double espresso, one Americano, and one pano raisin. Thank you, yeah. Good?
Good.
Okay, so the GoPro has died, but we are now back and we are chilling outside Ego with the best pastries on the island. Some good coffee, although it doesn't look great, it actually is really good. And we're just warming up and catching some rays before we're gonna head back. And we'll talk about snorkeling here on Gili and just what we recommend and what maybe we would avoid. Good evening, everybody. I think it's like 10 to 5 or it's nearly 5 o'clock anyway. And you guys have just been on charge since we got back and we've done some work and what have you. So I just thought I'd come on to kind of explain what we did this morning, or just kind of explain why we made the choices that we made. So coming to Gili is 100%, like, it is not one of those things that is overrated. You have to come snorkeling when you're here. You have to do it right. Otherwise, it is an overrated experience. With all of the eco-conservation that goes on here, put so much work into regrowing coral and hatching turtles, it just makes it such a unique experience alongside the white sands and what can be amazing visibility. It's just such a wonderful place to snorkel. But as we kind of briefly mentioned, we were up early and we were doing a private tour. So there is the public tours, which I think you pay 150k each to go, and you like get on a boat with probably 30 other people, and when you get there there's probably going to be like 15 other boats, and everywhere is just kind of like really crowded and you've got fins in your face. As you even saw, probably I'll make sure to include the footage where we left just before 7:30 and we got to statues and I had people swimming into me, and obviously like everybody's going there for that shot, that photo, but that doesn't mean that people are necessarily very good swimmers or have very much like self-awareness. So it's not a polite queue, it's just kind of like, just get what you can. We did leave early to try and avoid lots of people, but it was a Saturday. We did make a bit of a mistake on doing that. There was quite a few people there. So yeah, my top tip is to leave as early as you possibly can, maybe even before 7 o'clock, and try and go on a weekday, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because obviously people come here for a night out, so they're usually arriving around Thursday-ish, but there is a night out every night, so that's not to guarantee there won't be anybody else there. And then in terms of payment, how much we paid, so I made 2 inquiries, one on Instagram and one on the guide that we ended up going with anyway, and asked them initially to quote me for a price, and they said 1,200,000. Now, I had watched a video of some people not that long ago, and they paid 800k for the two of them. And I have like my own masks, fins, snorkel and camera, because a lot of them have like these like pictures included now. And then all Harry needed was snorkel and fins. Like 800k both times when I requested 800k, they did actually give it to me. So obviously they are going to try and charge you as much as they can. And if there's 4 or 5 of you going, then maybe 1,200,000 is not that big of a deal. But if there is just 2 of you, just know that for a guide price, try and get it to around 800k. And I think that's a pretty good price. In terms of the tour itself, we left our villa at 7 and we probably left the harbour about 7:30, and it is completely up to you where you go. You can go to all 3 islands, you can only go to one other of the other ones, you can get off on the islands, you don't have to get off on the islands, you can stay as long as you want in each snorkeling spot, you can have lunch there. Like, it's just, it is completely entirely up to you what you do. And the guys that we took were actually really cool. One is an ex-diving instructor, the other one's just some guy, and they were really, really lovely. So it was like definitely worthwhile. Like the morning, it was definitely really good and definitely something I recommend. But just like I said, I recommend doing it privately and going early in the morning and potentially on a weekday. Enough about snorkeling. Now we are going to take you to Sunset, not on a trek, it's literally just down the road. We are not going to go and pay to sit on a beanbag because the drinks are actually quite expensive. So we are just going to go to a quiet part of the beach where we can just sit down and chill and watch the sunset. And then once the sun has set, we will come back and we'll grab our bikes and we will head down with you guys and show you guys night market, because we went there last night and it is so worthwhile going. So yeah, but you're gonna have to come with us to see why. So let's grab our stuff, drink plenty of water because we definitely got a tan today, and let's go see the sunset. Thank you. So I actually never used to like soda water until we were with Harry's friends, or our friends, sorry, Jamie and Brooke. So we were with our friends Jamie and Brooke, and they were drinking soda water, and I tried some and I was like, actually,
yeah, but the difference is you're drinking soda water like we drink water.
Yeah, I know, but as for like a little refreshing drink, but the sun is setting and we are going to observe, and then we're going to head and get some food. I've also got a sty. You can't see it, but it really hurts. Shall we go? So we've just parked our bikes down at the bottom of our road and now walking along the main strip to the night market. So it opens at 6. It doesn't really matter if you get there early or late, kind of depends on your vibe. The earlier you get there, obviously the less busy it is. People are still watching the sunset. But we have parked down there because we don't want to walk. We don't want to ride down here when it's really busy later on. And also it's good to get a few steps in. So we are ready for some food. Can we get 2 chicken?
2 chicken, mozzarella,
1 chicken, 1 mozzarella. 1 nasi campur.
1 nasi campur.
Rice? Noodles? And different bit?
Okay, 3,
Okay, so it's quite loud in here, but as I said, we came here last night, so we kind of already know the deal. We just went straight for the nasi campur from this place, but basically everyone's doing barbecued fish or meat, and then on this side is like desserts and drinks. I didn't get a fritter. And they just bought fresh ones. Do you want to go? So you can just go to the stalls, and I think you can sit at the table and order, but I would ask for how much it is before you order it, because I saw some reviews that like people were like overcharged or surprised how much they were charged. So yeah. And all of this is for 70k, so it's pretty good. Oh yeah, they look fresh. Everybody. It's actually only 7:30, but we are early to bed birds. But we are gonna have a shower, play some cards. If you don't have Monopoly Deal, this is your sign to get Monopoly Deal. Please may put the kettle on. I hope this video was helpful or inspirational or somewhat entertaining, and I will leave the details of the guy that we booked the snorkeling trip with down below. As I was trying to say in the night market, it's basically all the same. Like, it's basically all the same store, but just have a little browse around. Just make sure you ask the price before you buy something. And yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.